I had already spoken to a lawyer from around about Feb, right? So Feb, I had already spoken to a lawyer, right? So at that point in time, sharp therapy. So now with therapy about to happen, we're gonna use the savings, the MSA on the therapy on the medical aid until they've diagnosed me, so that it can now go under the mental health care benefit, right? So I tell Brav, I'm going to therapy, so. That man is like, there's no way in hell you're going to be using, excuse my French, Lord please forgive me, there's no way in heck you're going to be using medical aid, because if it's a medical aid. Guys, we battled for about 6 months because he didn't want me to use the medical aid to go to therapy. I'm broken. I'm shattered. You've abused me. You've treated me like crap. I'm not angry. For the longest time, I'm just expressing myself, right? The least you could do is be a decent human being and just let me use the medical aid. Because he told me he's a provider, so I can move off of my parents' medical aid and jump onto his medical aid. Because I'm on chronic meds. Right? He doesn't want me to move around. My dad's like, bro, it's fine, I've got this. And he was like, no, my husband, I've got this. My dad literally had to check out the medical aid plan. Yes, my dad is protective because I'm on chronic. By the time I was in hospital for about 2 weeks, the bill came up to like 250,000, but I'm on medical aid, so we didn't have anything to worry about. So my parents know their child, right? So that whole situation happened. So Brav and I were fighting because he doesn't want me to be using the medical aid to go to therapy. So I went to therapy anyway, with the MSA waiting for them to diagnose. I was going to therapy. Sometimes I'm going 3 times a week. Sometimes I'm going twice a week. Sometimes it's once a week, depending on where I'm at that point in time. Because I used to fluctuate through the emotions. I was battling, guys. I was really just battling. And I remember at that point in time, I've lost so much weight from the surgery. I'm tiny. I'm like, I went from whatever weight I was at, I lost about 20 kilograms. Then I went into the 40s, and my doctor had to intervene at some point and say, you know what, we can't go on like this. And then I think he had put me on Neurobion to help me to give me an appetite. And so I'm tiny. At some point I weighed 47. And I'm going to therapy, and I'm struggling. And every time we would talk, I would lash out at him because he was gaslighting me, like, you're making this whole thing up. That never happened. Why are you changing the story? When you were sick, yes, I did get upset with you because I didn't understand how a banana could burn someone. He's gaslighting me, like, you're over-exaggerating this whole thing. Like, why do you have to be so dramatic? You're so sensitive. And no, you're not going to go to therapy using the card, pay for it out of pocket because it's a fit medical aid. And I remember one day I said to him, you're so selfish. I was very angry, guys, and me then was livid. I couldn't see past my pain. I was like, you're so selfish. I'm hurting, and you don't even care enough that you've ruined. Okay, not ruined. At the time, I felt like you had ruined my life. So I was like, you've ruined my life. You've put me in this lie because so you want me to hide your iniquities, right? You used me. The least you could have done is given me the option to say, hey, this is what I'm trying, this is what I'm doing. Are you willing to play pretend with me? Or at least have the decency to at least let me go get the help that I need, because you put me in this position. But you're so selfish, you can't see past that. All you care about is money. Remember one time he came here, I saw on LinkedIn, he had posted on LinkedIn that he had just gotten promoted, right? It's a promotion he had been waiting for from the year before. And he went and then he posted that he got promoted, and I blocked him on LinkedIn. And then he comes here. So he came here because I was like, let's discuss the divorce settlement and let's talk about the medical aid thing. Comes here, my parents here, because I was going to backhand him at the time. Not now. And he comes here and he's like, yeah, everything we've prayed for, it happened. I got the promotion, whatnot. I'm like, my guy, you keep forgetting something. Why would you walk into my house, tell me about this promotion that you're getting? And by the way, at the time, he had also brought some more of my stuff. Tell me about this promotion that you got, because I'm entitled to half of that. Remember, I may be your soon-to-be ex-wife, but I'm still an attorney. Let's never forget that. So don't come here and tell me, oh, got a promotion. Kudos to you. Half of the pension money is mine. Half of whatever increment you just got is mine. So when you walk into my house humbly. I may be like sad and heartbroken because of how badly you treated me, but I'm still an attorney. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. And I didn't want his money anyway. So he's here, and I'm like, so we're having a discussion. We're unable to reach an agreement. At some point, my parents have to get involved in these talks because now I'm losing. I'm screaming. Now, at this point, I'm the one hitting the table saying, how arrogant can you be? How ignorant can you be? Because you're still saying promotioning, and I'm just like, bro, seriously? You're walking into this house. You see how dire the situation is between you and I, and all you care about is telling me, oh, hey, everything we paid for could be buying a house, but now I left you. I didn't think about the fact that you were depressed. You sacrificed so much for us to have everything. We didn't have anything. You did this for you. You only cared about yourself. I supported you through all of that, but you still treated me like nothing. I don't know how much you made. I don't know anything about the finances that are happening. I didn't know anything because he did his own finances. He didn't want to involve me. He didn't want to share anything with me. So whether we were billionaires, I don't know. So your promotion, it's got nothing to do with me because I had to fend for myself. So stop walking in here telling me about work. Don't you have a personality outside of your job? Do you not have a personality outside of your job? Like, tell me one thing that you like outside of your job. You know? And I'm screaming, because I was screaming at that time, right? Yo, hi, bashiman they will yo. Here, flames. Anyway, thank God for healing, and thank God for God, because we're able to heal and move past certain things. Anyway, my parents have to intervene at some point, and then brother's like, yeah, I need to stop using the medical aid for therapy. My dad's like, okay. My dad says to me, but how much are you going to need for the sessions that you still are going to need? I'm like to him, about 10K. My dad's like, okay, should I pay you the 10K since Mbali's already using the medical aid? He's like to my dad, no, he doesn't want my dad's money. My dad's like, okay, so what do you want? Because she's my child, and if she needs to go to therapy, let's let that happen. I'll pay you the 10K. No, I don't want your money, whatnot. It's just that I don't want to be left without medical aid. You just said you got a promotion, then pay for the medicine that you need out of pocket, because she needs to go to therapy, you know? So I'd already started on the medical aid. There's no point in us switching. They've already started billing the medical. So my dad's like, should I reimburse you the money? He's like, no, he doesn't want to be reimbursed. But he's still fighting that I shouldn't be going to therapy on the medical aid. So we're unable to reach a solution because all he wants to do is just frustrate me. There's no real point. Because he was like, no, we need to save medical aid savings for next year. My dad's like, there's a need for the medical aid to be used. He's trying to reason. And I was like to my dad, it's pointless trying to reason with this guy because he just wants to frustrate me. My dad's like, medical aid savings don't accrue. You don't get interest on medical aid savings. You need to use them for, medical services. So if there's a need for medical services, we use the medical aid. My ex is just like, no, I'm being selfish. I just want to finish the medical aid. My dad's like, you can literally see what's going on. And you already care about his medical aid. You don't even care about the fact that your wife is going through it. Yo, guys. It's like trying to get beat water out of a rock. We come to the conclusion that this guy is just trying to frustrate me. And I just continue using the medical aid. And then he left at some point. He left here. He left. Right? He left.